These guys will never stop. Top of the H3 subreddit. Only Hasan's community can astroturf other communities, not ours. We're not allowed. Only Hasan. Because remember, there's no actual authentic crossover between my fan base and Ethan's. Hasan has blamed me entirely and my community for why him and Ethan split up, and that's like the popular narrative that his community pushes. Is really fucking irritating because this is like Hasan this relationship up hardcore.
Flashback. This person said, okay, we don't give a fuck if they interpret it like that because they're brain dead genocidal freaks. By the way, how do you honestly expect the mods to keep the discourse in any way like civil? That was a comment left by your mod. Rogan, another mod, says Ethan is so bad faith. What have I been bad faith about?
Do you think people across the board are geared towards hating you here in this community, in my community in general? Do you think that I don't yell at them regularly and try to tell them not to have these kinds of perspectives?
What have I said that's bad faith?
You want me to be totally honest?
Yeah.
No kitty gloves. Okay.
Fuck you, bro.
No.
That insinuation is so stupid, man.
No,
I'm a moron. You just talk down to me the whole time?
No, absolutely not. I think you're a very smart person, but you do get a little emotional on this issue.
Gloves that's on. Tell me.
I think that what you said about from the river to the sea being akin to a Nazi slogan, or the fact that like it's a Confederate flag. Anyone else that says something like that, it's going to come across, especially from the people that don't know who you are and what you represent, it's going to come across like you are making a bad faith argument that Ben Shapiro would make.
Another mod, C-Max, says you're just showing you're a Zionist, Ethan. But I do think like on the whole, that your community is extremely hostile towards me. I feel like very unwelcomed. I do feel like if I was to take a snippet from our Discord, it would be so positive and so nice and so supportive of you, even when they disagree. Whereas if I look at your community's responses, some of the stuff I'm saying, it's just so negative and so hateful and so nasty and so uncharitable and so mean-spirited.
End of flashback.
It's probably
have you ever even spoken to Ethan once in your life?
I think Ethan and I have exchanged a grand total of like 4 DMs. I think like 12 months ago. I think it was like October 10th or something last year.
That's after the Leftovers breakup, no?
I don't remember. I think it was around then because people were typing a lot of crazy shit, and I think I either sent a message of support or something like that. But we've exchanged like 4 messages in our entire lives.
My understanding was Ethan and Hasan breaking up was less so about their difference of opinion on Israel-Palestine, and it was more so over Hasan's community basically harassing Ethan, calling him genocidal, calling him racist, and Ethan was upset over the fact that Hasan was unwilling to at least fight back a little bit and argue with those people.
Right? It's like, it'll be like when a content creator says like, listen, I can't control my community at all. I have no idea what they're saying. When you like go on stream or like in a YouTube video, you're like, hey, yeah, this guy, we all know him, right? And you're like, well, I didn't say anything bad about you. I just said we know you, bro. That's exactly what Hasan was like. And his own mods and his Discord were posting unhinged, insane things about Hila, especially, and Ethan. And Hasan is like completely hands off, probably because he agrees with most of it, because he's either anti-Semitic or he just is unhinged politically. Yeah, it's insane.
I think he pins it all on you because Ethan has had a few like somewhat favorable comments towards you publicly in the past year. I think Hasan really doesn't like the idea that you are like kind of the more legitimate underdog version of him.
Oh, yeah.
He's insecure about that, which is to me a crazy thing to be insecure about, just given the fact that, I mean, he has so much money. He drives a Porsche. He's, no offense, he's way more rich than you. He is.
Well,
he's way more popular. So from my perspective, like, why would you even
slow down there, buddy?
If I was in this
let's slow down. Okay. I got a lot of reach outside of my own community. I don't know if he's more popular. Okay. Also, I don't know how much money makes him more.
He gets
Primes
more
don't pay out
viewers
that
on
much.
stream.
He gets more viewers on stream. Live stream viewers, that's just one metric, baby. Okay. I'm on a lot of shows. Listen, go compare the viewership that he gets on podcasts when he goes on versus when I guest. Okay. I break the views, baby. He doesn't get shit.
The real thing is that you have disproportionately more clout than your audience and stream viewers size would suggest. And I don't think he likes that, because I think for him, the ultimate thing that he likes is clout, because the money at this point is meaningless. That's my
I think it's clout. I do think it's a bit of legitimacy as well, though. Like you said, he doesn't like being seen as like an uneducated version of me, or he doesn't like it when people imply that. So, yeah.
I want to talk about my beef with Bin Laden. And again, this stems from these TikTok people who are like simping for Bin Laden because he was anti-American and failed to read the rest of his manifesto, in which he said, the reason I did this attack is because you're all gay Jews who aren't Muslim, it's doing Sharia law. Also, you give loans. You loan with interest. So yeah, I took this brave stance. I saw this tweet. So there's a lot of people on Twitter who are like, yeah, this guy's onto something. And what's interesting to me, when I actually read his writings and learned about it, occurred to me that like, holy shit, That is kind of why he hates us. Which I think at the time it seemed like so stupid to me. Like, oh, they hate us for our freedoms. Like, what does it mean? But he says it right in his thing, and I'll show that to you. Well, can you imagine? People started lining up to die on this hill of defending bin Laden.
This motherfucker never shuts up. Oh my God. Ethan Klein has never heard of historical analysis. This is not a response to anything. Anytime a lefty utters some academic phrase, you can be very assured that they are not academic. They've never studied anything in academia. They have never read a book on any of the subjects they're talking about, and all they're going to do is endlessly regurgitate buzzwords at you. That's why when a lefty gets challenged on some fact of the matter, all they have are lists of books for you to read that they've never opened in their entire life. Frogan is also a div. Frogan, quote, tweets Tanky Casey and says, this motherfucker never shuts up. Oh my God, making fun of Ethan. Ethan quotes her and says, this is a Hasan mod telling me, a Jewish man, to shut the up because I dare to say Osama bin Laden was bad and hated Jews. Please understand that this is why leftovers ended and that her voice is not fringe within his community. Ooh. I believe this is the first time officially Ethan has outright stated that the show ended due to Hasan's community. Like, Osama bin Laden was motivated for other reasons as well, not just religious ones, to write about why they attacked us on 9/11 and their motivations for attacking us on 9/11. Some of it was related to U.S. foreign policy, but I mean, some of Hitler's motivations were also because he felt like Europe had stabbed Germany in the back and the Jews, stab in the back. But I mean, it's so like it's Steelman. Everybody. Let me also say I give zero fucks about Frogan's crocodile tears. She has inserted herself in the middle of my convos many times and cries when I respond to her. Based and true. She's an official representative of Hasan's community, and the pressure should be on her, true, to behave better and not make his entire community look bad. I also blame Hasan for continually hand-waving her horrific behavior to the point that it's essentially an endorsement, also true and based, and bin Laden in this life and the next.
So I saw this tweet on my timeline. She mogged him a little bit. I won't lie. She did mog him a little.
Also, I don't believe these laughs are real. I don't believe these people are actually laughing anymore. I feel like it's all fake bull.
But Ethan Klein, I guess, on his Instagram story, he screenshotted a Twitter post that said, do Americans actually know why bin Laden did all that? Or do they actually just believe that he hated that they can vote or something? And Ethan Klein posted on his Instagram story saying he did quite literally hate Americans because they could vote and had freedoms. He specifically states in his writings the reasons: homosexuality, lack of Sharia law, drug use, lending of money, letting Jews
Sharia law, okay,
run the country. Please read his writings before regurgitating tanky talking points and running defense for a mass-murdering, homophobic, anti-Semitic piece of shit. Bin Laden. Wow, so progressive. You're so brave, Ethan. I will explain this very simply before we go any further on the topic.
She's about to say the dumbest thing. Anytime a lefty tells you they're about to explain something, they're about to give you the most ahistorical, anti-intellectual, absolute dog take you've ever heard in your entire life.
The reason people say and tweet out like, do Americans actually know why bin Laden did all that, or do they actually believe that he just hated that Americans can vote or something? The reason people bring that up is because it is very relevant to a lot of other conflicts, especially currently things occurring in Gaza and things occurring in Iran, namely the concept of blowback. You can only destabilize a region so much before it falls apart, a militant party rises to power, and guess what? The militant party doesn't have any policies. They are a militant party. And you know what they're going to do?
I have no idea what any of what she's saying is. First of all, a lot of these people came from Saudi Arabia. They were exiled from Saudi Arabia. Part of what he was upset about was literally Osama bin Laden was upset that we just even had military bases in Saudi Arabia. A lot of it was based off of he was literally a Sunni fundamentalist. He did believe in Islamic fundamentalism. I don't think Al-Qaeda was ever a political party. Even if they were a party, or even, I don't know why she's saying militants can't have policies or beliefs or ideas.
They're going to fight back. That's why people talk about bin Laden. Not to say, oh my God, bin Laden was such a based king.
She's never read the letter. She doesn't know anything about Al-Qaeda. She doesn't know anything about bin Laden. She doesn't know anything about the Middle East. She really doesn't know anything about anything. She's a Hasan who just goes on stream for 2 hours before Hasan comes online and then shuts the stream off as soon as Hasan comes online because her and Mike literally are two sides of the same coin.